in 50 towns and cities across the UK. Participants in genocide. An active participant that still ships weapons to Israel and still offers it military cooperation. David Lammy. Our normal way tonight, we are not going to hear a full range of speeches. In a minute, I'm going to hand this microphone to two Palestinians, Ahmed Najjar, the playwright from Gaza.
There seems to be no end to it. It's indiscriminate. There is nobody who is opposing the action. Anyone who is opposing the action is labelled anti-Semitic for being humanitarian. But I think it's an incorrect and inappropriate use of the language. And people who use that terminology towards opposers should be brought to task. Netanyahu and the Israeli government seem to be unopposed in their action, except for words from Starmer, but no action from any of the Western governments that makes any difference. We know that Trump has already banded the idea of Gaza turning into an Israeli, paradise for the Israelis, etc. And you can see the action already taking place with bulldozers in the background. You see the Gaza humanitarian aid on a daily basis, killing people, stories of people coming forward and being killed, the lack of any balanced perspectives, only the Israeli story. When they are seen to do something wrong, they either they don't admit it, or it's always an error. It's a local commander who's made a mistake, but nobody at the top is paying the price. The ICC and impartial agencies have said there's a genocide. They said they're committing war crimes, and yet nobody's taking action. The UN does not have any power to do anything. And so the status quo remains. Israel to continue to kill, not just Hamas, but indiscriminately innocent children of any age, women, other men as well. And nobody's stopping it. It continues to go. It's horrific. Everyone's seeing this on their screens on a daily basis. And the humanity in anybody, it's just unbearable to continue to take this. We've had enough. We need somebody in power to do something, to stop this madness, to bring humanity, decency to the world, to Gazans, Palestinians, and overall peace across the region for both sides.
To give the biggest, most powerful message. If anyone wants to bring their pots and pans forward now, please do so.
I'm sick of watching images of Gaza being bombed, children dying, women and children, men, women and children. We're seeing people starving now. This has been going on a long, long time. It didn't start on October the 7th, as far as I'm concerned. Israel has been oppressing the Palestinian people for decades. In the West Bank, a constant state of siege, theft of land, people driven from their homes, people attacked, people intimidated. And in Gaza, Gaza's been suffering a blockade for about 20 years. Israel controls everything that goes in, everything that goes out. People can't come and go as they please. They can't leave Gaza. And at the moment, for example, fishermen can't even fish to get a little bit of food. The Israelis say that they've stopped the aid because it was being stolen by Hamas. But Israel have got thousands of troops. They could have protected the aid. Israeli ministers are talking about genocide openly. They're not ashamed. If you watch Israeli TV, Israeli ministers are talking about ethnic cleansing, talking about murdering all Palestinians. They have no shame in saying that torture is okay for Palestinian prisoners. Torture is against the law. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if the terrorist is against the law. But they're not ashamed to talk about it. On Israeli TV, they debate whether it's okay to torture Palestinians. You know, the list just goes on and on and on. My understanding is that Hamas offered to give all the hostages back in return for a ceasefire right at the beginning of the war. But Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't want that because it's bad for his political career. This coalition won't stick together if they have a ceasefire because his right-wing partners, Ben-Gvir and Smotrich, they're both extreme settlers. I think one of them was previously a terrorist himself within Israel. So the list just goes on and on, really. You know, I don't think we're doing enough by any means. We could do more. We hear a lot of